and welcome to my channel. My name is Jacqueline and I would like to take you on a journey of exploring and learning where we get to do things that we have never done before. So are you ready to go with me? Let's go! Well, I don't know about you, but I am a little bit obsessed with Christmas. So when Christmas rolls around, the creative juices get a little bit on overload, and I just want to make everything and anything. So I wanted to talk to you today about an idea that I had a few years back to do a Christmas tablescape. I love throwing theme parties and creating a beautiful tablescape. So Christmas, I go a little bit haywire. Anyway, a few years back, my husband had cut a tree in the front. And he got all these branches and he showed them to me, and all of a sudden in my head I thought, ooh, tablescape. I know, my head is a little funny sometimes. But anyway, that's what came to my mind, and that's what I'm going to show you today, how to make and how to use it. I've been using my little tree trunk kind of centerpiece for many different things, and I use it every season, and I change it up. But today I'm going to show you how I created a Winter Wonderland Christmas Village with it, and also how I've used it in other years where I kind of tweak it a little bit, I do it a little bit differently. So if you want to learn how to make a Winter Wonderland Christmas Village with tree trunks and other things, please join me. Come on in. The first step is to put on your tablecloth. Since I'm going for a Winter Wonderland kind of feel and my color scheme is pretty much ivory, white, and gold, of course I'm going to go with the ivory tablecloth and a white table runner, which is my second step. You can also vary the type of runner you use. In years past, I've used also pieces of mirror tile as my runner. After that, I'm going to place a container. I created this wood container with floral foam a few years back to fit my branch centerpiece because I wanted to have the advantage of being able to move the whole thing out of the table if needed. These are the 3 branches I mentioned earlier my husband cut out. As you can see, I basically screwed the pieces to a 2x4. I use 1 screw per branch, which allows them to twist and turn if needed. I spray painted it, and then like I said, this is optional, but give it a try. Let me know if you do. Now it's time to hide the mechanics, as the floral people say. Here you can use a snow blanket, fabric, moss, or whatever you have in hand to help you create the effect that you need. It helps you cover up the floral foam, and it will also help you later when nestling some of the items into it. Don't cover it too tightly because you're going to need access to that floral foam. Here's what you'll make it look like a mini forest. You can add branches, you can buy at the craft store, or just stuff that you can forage from your own backyard or nearby park. The sky's the limit. Try to embed them into the floral foam so they stay up straight. A few years back, I was in a foraging kind of mood, and I went on a walk to a nearby trail and found all kinds of beautiful pieces of wood and branches. And this was one of them. I think it does a nice job of hiding the wood container. Now it's time to create your winter village. I had these winter village houses that I really was not using, so I decided to go ahead and spray paint them, give them a dark brown kind of wash to bring out the details, and add some glitter and sparkle and use them for my centerpiece. Now it's time to add your village to your centerpiece. It can be a little tricky to balance the houses on the branches, so use what you have. Sometimes the thin branches or even a snow blanket can kind of help you to kind of nest them into place. Or if you have to, just use some hot glue or some other kind of temporary glue to make it work. Whatever it takes. Finally, it's time for some embellishments. I'm starting here with some white trees that I have in different sizes, as well as some pine cones that I can nestle throughout the different branches. You can see here that I'm using some of the snow blanket to help me anchor some of these elements to make sure that they stay in place. I then going with other embellishments like snowy branches, pine cones, snowflakes, etc. I've even used small birds or other little creatures like small deer would be quite cute also in this kind of a setup. The final and most fun step of all is to make it snow. Make sure to also cover any bald spots with snow blanket or some of this loose snow for a finished product. Don't forget also the back, and look at all around the arrangement to make sure it looks good all around. Here are some other options. This year, I actually did not even use the branches. I actually just placed the houses on top of the container. I gave the one in the middle a little bit of different level just for variety. This year, I actually used mirror tile instead of as an additional element to kind of create some sparkle. Of course, don't forget to have some mini fairy lights all around. Here you can see I used a white dove. And that adds kind of a nice special thing. I put the trees on the branches kind of standing up a little higher. In this one, it was before I had even the container, so you can see that I basically just placed the trunks right on top of the mirror tile and I kind of worked around it. So again, there's many ways to go. You can use your imagination to create whatever you want with this idea. And here's the 2022 Christmas tablescape. As you can see, I have the little houses. I added a few deer in the front of the arrangement, as well as the plates and the silverware, just for a final effect, just to get all the pieces together. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Learn to do something that hopefully you've never done before. When I first did it, I had never done it before. And every year I tweak it a little bit, so yeah, I had never done some things of that before. So here's to a very good Christmas and a great holiday, and hope you have a great tablescape for your upcoming holiday feast. See you next time.